I have the Milwaukee M18 weed whacker, which has a head that looks like that and cuts with string, but I just bought the M18 fuel brush cutter. I'll show you what's in the box later. Let's see how it cuts. I'm using this primarily for trail maintenance on trails in the Pittsfield State Forest. They get overgrown really quickly, and it's necessary to come through with loppers every year practically to cut them back. So I'm hoping this will speed up that process. I like to keep the trails cut back at least arm width wide and above my head arm width so that nothing hits me in the head, the arms, or the legs as I'm mountain biking or hiking along. Here is probably a 1-inch diameter sapling. Let's see how it does against this. Not bad. I just noticed something. If I bump the saw against these little trees, it seems to cut through them much quicker and easier. It's probably not as good for the engine, but watch this. Seems to go right through those like nothing instead of sawing slowly through them. So I did 1/3 of a mile of trail, and I used up a 6.0 battery and an 8.0 battery. Now this trail was pretty heavily overgrown, so I had to do quite a bit of cutting. The blade's a little roughed up. I did hit one rock, and that is tilted up. This blade feels perfect. This blade feels good. And this blade is tilted up, so got a couple dings here that I think I could file off. Cool thing about this compared to a normal saw blade is it looks like you could sharpen this. So these seem quite smooth again. Wow, what's really cool about that is if I were to cut this with a string trimmer, I'd have plant material all over my glasses, all over my jacket, and I'm perfectly clean. I just ran out of battery. I went 1.33 miles. A lot of what I had to cut today was goldenrod kind of stuff. I used my 12 amp hour high output battery from my Milwaukee lawnmower instead of the other batteries that I have. It lasted quite a while, 1.33 miles, 1 hour and 52 minutes. I bought a couple other saw blades off Amazon.com. These are Forester saw blades, and they're wicked heavy compared to this sucker, much lighter. But they both should have a 1-inch auger, which is the hole in the middle. I think the weight is not that good. I think it's a little too heavy. So I guess I will put this on in the nut. In addition to this Forester blade, I also bought a 9-inch one with chainsaw teeth on it, which I thought would be better because you could sharpen them, because my experience with these kind of things is you hit a few rocks and then they become useless. That weighs even more than the normal blade. I'll give this 10-inch blade a try. I have the blade on upside down. Let me go fix that. Okay, this is a 10-inch Forester blade. So when I pulled the trigger, the blade would start up, but then the motor would cut out and it wouldn't keep spinning it. Then I figured out if you got it spinning, let off on the trigger, and then gave it gas again, it would actually run and cut pretty well. So this motor seems to cut out when it's trying to spin the blade up, but if you get the blade spinning, you can keep it going. But I think it's a bit much for this motor, so I'm going to stick with the original blade that came with it. It's pretty good. This was shooting stuff around, whereas the other blade doesn't really shoot stuff around. So I think it's better for your motor and safer for you not to use this. So if you buy this, here's what comes in the box. You got a bunch of parts there, which go on the head there. This is the shaft, and there's a brush guard and a shoulder strap, which the original Weed Whacker did not come with. So these are the parts it comes with, and I am not actually seeing the blade. Okay, it was in the box. I just didn't take it out of the box. This blade doesn't seem to tell you which direction to put it on, but this side is sharp. If I flip this over, this side is sharp. So I will put this on there. Next, I suppose I need this and a bolt. So this bolt is, go to the left to tighten it. Then I'm gonna have to stick this pin on here to prevent it from spinning. You need a 3/4 inch socket to tighten this up. When I was putting the brush guard on, I realized these were star nuts, and I couldn't find my star nut thing, but fortunately Milwaukee gives you this tool. And I didn't need my 3/4 inch because they give you this too. And they also give you that, which goes in to stop things from rotating. I'm not really sure what this is for. This is definitely for the strap, which I don't think I'm going to use. These are fairly long screws, which I assume go in here because there's 2 of them. And this is a short screw, which I think would go into here, or here and here, to hold the strap on. Okay, I'm looking at the spacing of these, and it seems to align with the handle that came on the Weed Whacker, so I'm not sure why you would want just something sticking out like that when you can have a whole handle. So in conclusion, I really do like the Milwaukee brush cutter head. It was a lot better than having to replace string or breaking string. It could cut through much thicker stuff than the string can. It's pretty much ideal for what I do. I wish I could put a circular saw blade on here, but it's just too heavy and the motor won't run it. But that would be able to cut through some thicker stuff than what the 4-bladed attachment can do. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.